What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist, and I'm joined by the one, the only
Gershwan.
And today we're back at it to answer more questions from you guys in another installment of For the Greater.
This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a question for us, comment down below. Put question in front of your question because we get those questions first. And just sound today as the past couple times. So this question comes from...
Oh, this question is by Seymour Fields. In a universe without the Emperor, would the Tyranids still be targeting the Milky Way galaxy?
That's a good question because part of the theory is, or not even a part of the theory, but like the lore actually states that the Tyranids are what is it called? Attracted to Terra itself because the Astronomicon is supposedly it's almost like a light to a bug.
Yeah, so the Tyranids are the moth and the flame is the Emperor powering the Astronomicon.
Yeah. So without the Emperor, no light for the Tyranids to go to. However,
yes, so there's a big however.
I still think they would be here.
Right. And that's because of how juicy the Milky Way galaxy is. Mm-hmm. There are billions upon billions of just humans, and all that biomass is great for real estate for the Tyranids. But on top of that, we have tons of Xenos and a lot of vegetation. So all the planets in this galaxy, plus all the billions and trillions of untold lives, it's literally a buffet for the Tyranids.
Yeah.
It's just that they're being drawn to Terra specifically, but I still think they would come to this galaxy for them to devour everything.
Exactly. Yeah. Think of the galaxy to the Tyranids kind of like the galaxy, the Milky Way galaxy, is like a super thick gamer chick who's into 40K. It's too tantalizing not to hit up. Which, by the way, I don't think it actually exists. I think thick gamer girls who are into 40K just don't exist. Prove me wrong, internet.
Yeah, watch they become the next biggest streamer on Twitch or something like that.
If they haven't already started it, because there's a couple Instagram pages that I follow that are all about that.
But they don't exist, right?
Yeah.
At least that's what you tell others.
Not thick. They're usually like very skinny and very like nerdy. Which there's nothing wrong with that.
Right,
but,
so they're like Eldar.
Right, yeah, they look like Eldar, but I'm saying like I want some Earth cast Tau looking women. Give me a Cardi B looking
Cardi B.
Yeah, 40K player.
That's a lot of plastic, and I'm not talking about the GW models.
Exactly, yeah. Next question.
Oh, before that, I just want to throw something out there. Theory and rumor has it that there is a Catan shard known as the Outsider, who may or may not be controlling the Tyranids.
That is another theory.
Yeah, so maybe he's the one saying, you know what, I want to reclaim this galaxy. I want to put the Necrons in their place. Come here, Tyranids.
Yep, and they go. That brings me to another question by Nathaniel Levy. Is the Catan the Outsider whole, or was it sharded before it left the galaxy?
Well, hopefully he didn't drink whole milk, because then he will shard himself.
Yes, he's lactose intolerant.
Mm-hmm. He's got no toes.
Yeah, so the the Outsider is the only Catan that's still technically together.
I thought it was a Void Dragon, but that changed with the new 9th edition lore for the Necrons, so...
And honestly, like, it's funny because Necron lore, I feel, has been changed so many times. Yeah. And usually for the better. Like, I like the fact that the Necrons are thinking robots now. Yeah. But I don't like the fact that there's now a shard of the Void Dragon. But yes, back in the day, like the previous editions, the Void Dragon and the Outsider were the only Catan still left alive. Intact, I guess.
Right.
But that has changed. Also, I think it was 7th edition or 8th that said that the Outsider was broken.
Yeah, it's always hard to pinpoint things, especially when they like changing things around and saying, oh, well, this doesn't support my lore. Change it.
Yeah, and we have no model of the Outsider.
That's true.
Which is a big bummer.
Because for the longest time, everybody thought the Void Dragon was legit a dragon-like creature.
Yeah.
And it turns out, no, maybe all Catan are bipedal humanoids.
Lame.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be parasites.
Exactly. Like, literally, they were just, like, star dust that collected itself and ate planets and stars.
Yeah. So then the fact... Well, I mean, I guess... What's interesting is that... Because it was the Necrons, or the Necron tier, who fashioned the bodies of the Catan.
So I guess you could say they made them in their image somewhat.
But not really, because the Necron tier didn't look like that. Necron tier looked all dilapidated and gross.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of weird. Like, why not create dilapidated, gross Catan?
Maybe they thought Catan needed to look like Hooters girls, and that's why they made them like that.
Yeah. They were also seeking the super thick Warhammer chicks that don't exist.
Exactly. But that all changes because this is what the big one says. Why do the girls at Hooters serve me chicken wings instead of what I really want, which is breasts and thighs? Delicious.
I didn't know that Hooters had breasts and thighs.
I don't think they do.
Oh,
I think that's
wings.
his question. Like, he wants breasts and thighs.
Ah.
So he goes to Hooters assuming that's what he'll get, but they only give him wings.
The easy solution to that is just go to Popeyes.
Mm-hmm.
Not the same service, but you get breast and thighs.
Yeah. You'll love that chicken from Popeyes.
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Not yet. I fear, well, I don't fear. It's already happening. I think Popeyes is going downhill. The taste isn't the same. It's too modern and too...
It's watered down.
Yeah. Next question.
This one is by Chris. I like the Black Rage of the Blood Angels, but is it known outside the chapter? Or is it a close-guarded secret, like the secret of the Dark Angels? Are there any stories of Blood Angels in the Death Watch succumbing to the Black Rage? The only thing I know is that Sanguinius confided in Horus and made him promise not to tell Daddy Emps. Yeah. The whole reason as to why he wanted it be a secret is because he didn't want the same thing that happened to the 2nd and the 11th Legions to happen to his own. Because if there is something infecting his Space Marines, making them go berserk, bloodthirsty, that the Emperor probably wouldn't hesitate to just have them exterminatus, eradicated, and deleted from history. So that's why Sanguinius kept that a secret. And I think because of that, it's not something that the Blood Angels outright say or showcase, because that is a blemish on their part. Like, they want to be the best they can be. They want to appear, to be perfect in their own way. And to say that, oh yeah, we keep freaking, Black Rage members chained up until they're thrown out into the battlefield to just destroy everything in their path. That's not very cash money in their eyes.
Yeah, basically. And they suck blood.
Mm-hmm.
Which is not cool. Because there's a lot of, like, successor chapters that end up... hunting Imperial citizens.
Yeah.
Who is it? The blood or the flesh terrors?
Flesh
right?
terrors, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So think of it the same way as how Robert Pattinson doesn't really like talking about his Twilight days, and when he does, he just bashes it. So exactly. We don't speak about the Black Rage.
This next question comes from Dun Krill. Not to be a party pooper, but if GW were to shut you guys down, I hope not. Would you switch to another game and lore, or just quit and hang out at Chuck E. Cheese all day? We can't hang out at Chuck E. Cheese no more.
It's dirty. They got dirty. COVID.
Yeah, even though I think they have good pizza.
Under ghost kitchens?
Yeah. But yeah, like I have thought about that, and I think we would just switch to a different topic.
Yeah, probably War Mallet 39 plus 1K.
Yes. There's actually a lot of like Instagram people that were all about like 40K, and then they got pissed off by GW, and now they're either starting their own game thing, or they're switching to a different what is it called? Providers? No.
I guess you could say that. War Machine, Pathfinder, Xfinity.
Yeah, all that. But because we're doing lore, I think it would be fun to do like Star Wars or Dune or Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm. Stats on like Bridget B. Oh wait, that's not Star Wars.
I've thought about that. Maybe doing like a 40 facts on our favorite P stars.
P stars.
Yeah. Next question.
This one's by Tommy Falcon. Which Chaos God has your favorite demon and why? Probably Nurgle. Like, he has my favorite demon, and I ask him to give it back, and he's like, no.
Yeah, Isha.
I really like the bloodthirsters of Khorne.
Mm-hmm.
They just look very classic demon, and like,
Yep.
yeah, so that's pretty cool.
I like Tzeentch. And I don't really have like a favorite greater demon. I think they all kind of are twisted and they look cool and stuff like that.
Yeah, because that's the thing about Tzeentch. Like, all bloodthirsters look the same, but if you look at like greater demons of Tzeentch, they could be anything.
That's true.
Yeah, you've got one that looks like a bird, one that looks like a minotaur. Why not have a variety?
Yep.
And on the same kind of question, Tommy Falcon says, Be'lakor is supposed to be the first demon prince ever created. The Chaos Gods couldn't control him and decided not to work together ever again. So, could Be'lakor go toe-to-toe, hoof to hoof, beak to beak, titty to titty with a Chaos God? I think these Chaos Gods would be okay with an uncontrollable demon bopping around causing mayhem.
I don't think so, no.
No, just because they give their power to one thing doesn't mean that that thing can now go toe-to-toe with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could probably go toe-to-toe with any other demon prince or chaos greater demon, but at the same time, like, almost nothing equals the power of a god.
Right.
So, hopefully that answers your question.
This next question comes from Big Earl. Speaking of pizza, what kind of pizza do you guys think Grandfather Nurgle would enjoy? What would be the toppings? What flavor breadsticks would he order? Does he order out or take delivery?
Oh, for sure delivery, so he could infect the delivery driver.
Yeah.
And his pizza would probably have peanut butter sauce, anchovies, macaroni and cheese with a garlic crust.
Yeah, that sounds all like just an attack, a smell attack. Smell attack. What is it called? Olfactory? Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Mm-hmm. Olfactory attack.
Just like that one factory from like the 50s. That's an old factory.
There you go. Next question.
This one is by David Eller. Why would an injured space marine ever get a robotic prosthetic limb? The Imperium can make super soldiers, they can make clones, vat people, and servitors, but they can't clone a replacement limb or organ for a space marine?
They don't want to.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
There's already so much time, effort, money, resources being spent to keep these space marines doing what they're doing that they don't want to put any more resource into that.
And I think it's one of those situations too where, like, because bionics was already the answer to that, there's no progression in technology to be like, oh, let's improve on the bionics with what would it be called? Prosthetics?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're like part of a very heavily like forged, like the Iron Hands, like they'll for sure do that.
Yeah.
They'll advance their bionics and whatnot, but to a certain point.
Right.
Because once you get too advanced, people will say it's heresy. Then you'll get the Inquisition called on you, and you don't want any of that.
Right.
But yeah, for the most part, it's just easier to call your local tech marine instead of your apothecary to fix them up.
Exactly. This next question comes from Bunny Hop. What horror movie monster can kill a space marine?
Probably Gustavo.
Yeah, Gustavo for sure. The Mummy from The Mummy.
Mm-hmm.
Because he created like a wall of sand. No, a wall of sand, or was it water?
No, it was both.
Oh, yeah.
In one it was water, and the other one it was sand.
I think that's pretty cool, and that can probably kill a space marine.
Mm-hmm.
Drown them, even though they can breathe underwater.
Right. But he could like go up his butt and then become a regular person and just pop them.
Yeah. Sometimes powers don't really make any sense.
Mm-hmm. And the Mummy dude is fighting for love.
He is, yeah.
The space marine's not fighting for love.
He's not, so it's not going to be as passionate.
That's true.
Yeah.
But probably the what were those called?
Oh, the gremlins?
Those things are scary.
Leprechauns?
No. Oh no.
Leprechaun in the Hood?
They're white. Architects? No. The things from Prometheus.
Oh, engineers.
The engineers.
Yeah.
Does that count as a horror movie thing?
Yeah, I think so.
Engineers are kind of like Space Marines before they get in their armor.
That's true. Naked. Next question.
Psycho Mikey says, can a sustained warp storm around a planet cause time to flow slower for the planet than for the rest of the galaxy?
If you want to do that for your homebrew lore, yes, but that has not happened in like actual lore.
True.
Yeah.
This one's by All Might. The Chaos Gods are immensely powerful, and that even after the fact that they've split part of their power to create hordes of lesser and greater demons, they are still that much stronger. So, if a Chaos God absorbed all their demons back into themselves, could they have the power to kill another Chaos God? So basically, Chaos Gods are powerful, right?
Yeah.
And all the Chaos Demons, both lesser and greater, are essentially fractions of their power made manifest.
Right.
So if they absorbed all their legions back into themselves, shouldn't they technically be stronger than all the other Chaos Gods because they haven't reabsorbed their demons back into themselves? So could they potentially kill another god?
No, just because there's no, like, so nothing is changing. So, like, let's say if Korn sucks all his demons back in, and then he goes and he invades the realm, or the Gardens of Nurgle. The Gardens of Nurgle are Nurgle.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, he's fighting Nurgle.
Right.
So, it's the same thing.
So you're saying the sum of their parts is not greater than the original?
Something like that.
Yeah, I think I got you.
Yeah.
Because it's still there. Their power is still all there, just split.
Yeah.
Instead of it being focused on one thing.
Yeah, because Korn would step there, and then, like, obviously all the demons of Nurgle, which are Nurgle, would attack him. So what's the difference between that and having just a fully powered Nurgle and a fully powered Korn?
I gotcha. So that's like saying, like, if Frieza went up to Goku and Vegeta, it would be the same thing as Frieza going up to Gogeta.
There you go. Yeah.
But obviously, Dragon Ball Z doesn't use that logic. Because when they fuse, they're stronger than
the sum of their parts. Yeah. We could be wrong.
Could be. But
not about the DBZ thing.
Right. The thing is, that's never happened in 40K, and I don't think a Chaos God would suck in all its followers.
Right. They don't like to suck.
Unless they're Slanesh.
Yeah. Next question.
This one is by... Oh, we already did that one.
This one comes from Amadeus246. I'm not a fan of the Greater WAAAGH. Thank you, man.
Thank you, yeah.
Thanks for that comment. Next question.
This one is by Oscar.
Oh.
He says, can you do the math on how many Psychers have been sacrificed to keep the Emperor alive? We could, but it seems that Sarah Kyoto did so a few days ago. He says, well, the lore states that 1,000 Psychers are fed to the throne per day, so we'll stick for that for simplicity. The Horus Heresy occurred at the very beginning of the 31st millennium, and the current events are at the dawn of the 42nd. So, 1,000 times 365, for that many days, times 11,000 equals 4.15 billion souls.
And Jeff Bezos probably has more money than that.
That is true.
Let that sink in.
Bezos is richer than the souls sacrificed to the Emperor for 10,000 years. And that's after he divorced his wife.
Yep.
Oh, here's the crazy thing, too. His wife is now the richest woman in the world after divorcing Jeff Bezos, and Bezos is still the richest guy. How insane is that?
Yeah, it's crazy.
And it's not like it was a 50-50 split either.
Yep. I think that's an incredible flex, too, to be like... For Jeff Bezos to be like, oh, because a lot of people were saying, oh no, his wife took half his stuff or whatever, or took his money, but that's an incredible flex to still say, and I'm still the richest person. But yeah, Psychers.
Who's the real threat here?
Jeff Bezos.
It's funny because somebody said, oh, Jeff Bezos donated $1 billion to help, combat world climate change, and
that's like you giving a penny to the homeless man.
And it's like you're one of the main reasons for climate change.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, internet.
Yeah. And then this is going to be the last question. This one comes from Solar Wrath. Are the Tau of the Farsight Enclave still freed by touching the warp sword that Farsight has? And if they are, implications could that mean for the rest? What implications would that mean for the rest of the fish people when fighting demons?
I never thought that was a thing. I didn't think the sword is the one that like stopped their brain control or whatever. It was literally that their ethereals were beheaded by demons.
Yeah.
So the ethereals couldn't tell them what to do.
Yeah, not the sword.
Right.
The sword's actually demonic.
Yeah, that's what people believe it to be. There's also theories that say it's just an ancient Xeno race, or it could be Necron technology.
True.
But my guess is it's demonic.
Yep.
Because, I mean, what kind of ancient Necron or Xenos tech have you ever heard of that steals the life force from things that you kill and adds it to your own?
Yeah. And those were the questions for today. If you guys have more questions for us, please comment down below. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to us. And if you don't like the Greater WAAAGHs, please comment down in the comment section below.
Yeah.
This is Gershwin.
Sound Alchemist, and we are out of here.
Always used to put my freedom first in any situation. I knew I never